Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Temple Beth Or. As you are coming to our virtual service, we want to welcome and with our friends from all over the world, literally our Bat Mitzvah here in Bari and her family from Israel this morning. And just a few notes about Zoom. We are going to ask that everyone remain muted for most of the service, only muted on the internet. We want you to sing out and pray loud from your homes so that we will feel the presence of our community, praying together, lifting God's words, and sharing in Torah on this Shabbat. If you have any questions about how to use it, go to the chat, and in the chat room, you can send a note to TBO host, and they will help you with those questions. In a little while, we will send you into breakout rooms, and when we do, you don't have to do anything at all. You'll be unmuted. Introduce yourself to others who are in the room with you. And so as we now turn from the technology to the blessing, I ask you to take a moment and come into worship with me, with Zemer Lexi, with our Bat Mitzvah, Shir in Bari, and enjoy the blessings of a day of rest and celebration. We continue now with our opening song. Shabbat Shalom. As we continue now, we will go into breakout rooms, and there in those rooms, you will have the opportunity to introduce yourselves to other members of our community. If you find somebody in the room who is not from Raleigh, please welcome them into Temple Beth Or. Our community reaches out far and wide, and we want you to take this time to make our service more intimate through the way that we welcome each other. So unmute yourself and go into the breakout rooms and say hello and Shabbat Shalom. In our chat room, and you will find that there is a link to a flip book of the Mishkan Tefillah, and you can hold it side by side on the computer with your Zoom screen. Page 171, I invite Cody and Aliza Imbari to present the Talit to their daughter, Shia.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותך וציוונו להתעטף בציצית.
Amen. And now we continue on pages 175 through 178 as Shir leads us in our worship and in study of Torah.
You're muted. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lasech bivina lechavim ben yom uben laila. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kefufim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam rokah haaretz al hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamechim etzarei gavel. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish shalomim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten leyav koach. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamivir sheina me'anai utnuma ma'af apai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shasani b'tzelem Elohim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shasani bat cholim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shasani Israel. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozir Yisrael b'gvura. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam otir Yisrael b'tifara.
We continue now on page 194 with the Hatzi Kaddish.
ויתקדשם מרבה, בעלמא דברך חירותי ועמדך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה, ובזמן קריב, ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעלם ולעלמיה יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, יתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי קודשה ברכו, לעילא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמים רם בעלמא, ויאמרו אמן.
We continue now with the call to worship, the Baruch Hu. We will not ask you to rise or be seated during the worship, but rather invite you, as it is your custom, and as you are able in front of your screens, to rise and sit at those portions of the service where you normally can and do. So we continue with the call to worship, page 195.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or uvarei choshech, osei shalom uvarei et hakol, ha'meir la'aretz v'ladarim aleha barachamim. Uvtuvo mechadesh bechol yom tamid maaseh v'reshit. Ma'ara v'u'maasecha Adonai, kulam b'chochma asita, ma'ala ha'aretz kinyanecha. Titbarach Adonai Eloheinu, al shavach maaseh yadecha, va'al morei or shasita yifarucha sela. Or chadash al Tzion te'ir, v'niskei kulanu morei lolet. Baruch atah Adonai, yotzer hamolet. Please turn to page 199. O God, inspiration and guide for all, you have spoken in 1,000 tongues for us to hear. In every land and every age, your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways. And yet, O God, you are one, unifier of humanity. We give thanks to the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will. Gratefully, we recall the lawgivers and prophets, the psalmists and sages of Israel. And joyfully we remember that from the dawn of Israel's life, we return to you and find purpose. May the teachings of our ancestors live on in our minds, and their passion for righteousness stir in our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher ba'amo Israel ba'ahava.
Page 200.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Page 201. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בם. בשבתך ביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי ואתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Love Adonai your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command to you today. Teach them to your children, talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai your God. We continue on page 203. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורות חילו, עושה פלא, נורות חילו, עושה פלא, אדוני, ימלוך לעולם ועד. שיר החדשות שבחו גאולים, לשמחו שפתיהם, יחד כולם עמדו, וכבליחו ויאמרו אדוני, ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורות חילו, עושה פלא, נורות חילו, עושה פלא, אדוני, ימלוך לעולם ועד.
We continue in Hebrew from page 205 to 210. Adonai sefer titah ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai sefer titah ufi yagid tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu. Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh Hakol, V'Socher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שבר ואהבה. מלך עוזר ומשיח ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה הכל התורה להושיע, מוריד הצער. מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדום מלך. מלך מינים ומקיים ומתמיד ישועה, ונאמנת לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל.
We continue chanting the Kiddushah, pages 208 through 210.
מקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשבי מרום, ככתוב בנביאך, וקרא זה על זה ואמר, כאן קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ, כבודו. אדיר אדירנו אדוני, אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד כולך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך לא ינמי ולא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We turn in our prayer books now to page 211. Those who keep Shabbat by calling it a delight will rejoice in your realm. The people that hallow Shabbat will delight in your goodness. For being pleased with the seventh day, you hallowed it as the most precious of days, drawing our attention to the work of creation. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh haShabbat. And now we turn to Yismechu.
ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, בקוראי עוני שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, בקוראי עוני שבת. מקדשי מקדשי שבי שבת, לא ישבעו ויקמו בטוב השבת. והשיר רצית בו וביקשת שבת. כנער ימים ותוכנת השבת. Shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, b'korei onei Shabbat. Yismechu b'malechutecha. Shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, b'korei onei Shabbat. Zechir l'masei b'reshit Shabbat. Shabbat, Yismechu b'malechutech, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat, b'korei onei Shabbat. Yismechu b'malechutech, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat, b'korei onei Shabbat.
Page 212. On this Shabbat day, as you graciously receive our prayers, help us to hear your call. Grant us enough help to fulfill our duties and the compassion we need to attend to others. Teach us humility that we may perceive our own faults, and grant us the wisdom to be forgiving of others. Give us the courage to be true to our highest selves and the charity to see the best in those around us. Give us patience enough not to become discouraged, hope enough to overcome all fears for the future, and faith enough to know your presence. O source of blessing, look with favor upon us. May our offerings be acceptable to you. We praise you, Adonai, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch at Adonai she'otecha bilbadecha v'yira na'avu. And we complete our tefillah, turning to page 216, asking God to place peace upon us.
Sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom, tova uvaraka.
Let us pause now to turn inward for the prayers of our hearts.
Adonai tzuri, Adonai tzuri, v'goali, v'goali.
We turn now to the service for reading of Torah. The Torah portion for this Shabbat, Shalach Lecha, says, go forth and understand what the trials are before you. The Israelites have a trial just as we face a trial in our day. And in our day, we have to make sure that we go forth in a way that brings safety to ourselves and to our world. And so we hope that when we go forth, we can be like Joshua and Caleb, having the faith that God will come with us, that through working together, we can make safe society for all. We turn now to page 244, and I invite Shir's parents, Aliza Emoti Imbari and sister Shani Imbari, to come forward as we pass Torah through the generations into her hands.
In k'mocha b'Elohim Adonai v'en k'maasecha Malchutecha malchut kol olamim U'memshaltecha bechol dor b'dor Adonai melech, Adonai malach Adonai imlok le'olam avayir Adonai os le'amo yitein Adonai yiberech et amo b'shalom Ki mitzion tetzei Torah Ki mitzion tetzei Torah Udvar Adonai מירושלים, ברוך שנתן תורה, תורה, ברוך שנתן תורה, תורה, לעמו ישראל בקדושתו. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד, אחד אלוהינו גדול, אדוננו קדוש שמו. לך אדוני הגידול והגיבור והתפארת והנצח והחוד, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ. לך אדוני הממלכה והמדינה לכל ראש.
The name of my Torah portion is Shlach Lecha from the book of Numbers, chapter 13, verses 25 to 33, and chapter 14, verses 1 to 7. It is about the bad report that the spies gave after coming back from the land of Israel.
Ta'amot Shani bat Mordechai ve'Eliza. We call for the first Aliyah, Shani and Bari.
Barechut Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim, V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. V'yashuvu mitol haaretz miketz 40 yom. Vayalchu vayavau el Moshe v'Aaron ve'el kol adat b'nei Yisrael al midbar Paran kadesh v'yeshuva otam davar ואת כל העדה, וירים את פרי הארץ, ויספרו לו, ויאמרו, באנו אל הארץ אשר שלחתנו, וגם צבע חלב ודבש היא, וזה פריה. אפס כי יעש העם היושב בארץ, והאמורי בצורות גדולות מאוד, וגם ילדי הענק ראינו שם. עמלק יושב בארץ, והנגב והחיתי והיבוסי, והאמורי יושב בהר, והכנעני יושב על יד הירדן. ועל יד הירדן.
Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Asher natan lanu Torat Emet, v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Yomdu Mordechai ben Pinchas, Eliza bat David. We call for the second Aliyah, Moti and Eliza and Bari.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך,
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן.
אמן. ויעש כלב את העם אל משה, ויאמר עלו נעלה, וירשנו אותה, כי יכול נוכל לה. והאנשים אשר עלו עמו אמרו, לא נוכל לעלות על העם, כי חזק הוא ממנו. ויוציאו דיבת הארץ אשר תרו אותה אל בני ישראל לאמור, הארץ אשר עברנו בה לתורתה, הארץ אוכלת יושביה, הוא וכל העם אשר ראינו בתוכי אנשי מידות, ושם ראינו את הנפילים, בני ענק מן הנפילים, ואנהי בעינינו כחגבים, וכן היינו בעיניהם.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן.
Amud Habad Mitzvah, Shir Bat Mordechai ve'Eliza. We call for the final Aliyah, the Bat Mitzvah, Shir and Bari.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני הנותן התורה.
אמן.
אמן. ותישא כל העדה, ויתנו את כולם, ויובכו העם בלילה ההוא. וילונו אל משה ואהרון כל בני ישראל, ויאמרו עליהם כל העדה, לומדנו בארץ מצרים, במדבר הזה לומדנו. ולמה אדוני מביא אותנו אל הארץ הזאת, לנפול בחרב נשינו וטפנו, יהיו לבז. הלא טוב לנו שוב מצרימה, ויאמרו איש אל אחיו, נתנה ראש ונשובה מצרימה. ויפול משה ואהרון על פניהם לפני כל קהל עדת בני ישראל, ויהושע בן נון וחלף בן יפונה מן התרים את הארץ, קרעו בגדיהם ויאמרו על כל עדת בני ישראל לאמור, הארץ אשר עברנו ולתור אותה טובה הארץ מאוד מאוד. At the end of 40 days, they returned from scouting the land. They went straight to Moses and Aaron and the whole Israelite community at Kadesh in the wilderness of Paran, and they made their report to them and to the whole community as they showed them the fruit of the land. This is what they told him. We came to the land you sent us to. It does indeed flow with milk and honey, and this is its fruit. However, the people who inhabit the country are powerful, and the cities are fortified and very large. Moreover, we saw the Ammonites there. Amalekites dwell in the Negev region. Hittites, Jebusites, and Amorites inhabit the hill country. And Canaanites dwell by the sea and along the Jordan. Caleb hushed the people before Moses and said, "Let us by all means go up, and we shall gain possession of it, for we shall surely overcome it." But the men who had gone up with him said, "We cannot attack that people, for it is stronger than we." Thus they spread calumnies along the Israelites about the land they had scouted, saying, "The country that we traversed and scouted is one that devours its settlers. All people that we saw in it were men of great size. We saw the Nephilim there. The Ammonites are part of the Nephilim, and we looked like grasshoppers to ourselves, and so we must have looked to them." The whole community broke into loud cries, and the people wept that night. All the Israelites railed against Moses and Aaron. "If only we had died in the land of Egypt," the whole community shouted at them, "or if only we might die in this wilderness. Why is the Lord taking us to that land to fall by the sword? Our wives and children will be carried off. It would be better for us to go back to Egypt." And they said to one another, "Let us head back for Egypt." Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembled congregation of the Israelites. And Joshua son of Nun and Caleb son of Jephunneh, of those who had scouted the land, rent their clothes and exhorted the whole Israelite community. "The land that we traversed and scouted is an exceedingly good land." Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And now we turn to page 252 in our prayer books as I invite Hagba and Galila to lift and dress the Torah and return it to the ark. Page 252 and then 256.
Bezot HaTorah אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל, על פי אדוני ביד משה. יללי לי 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 יללי לי 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 יללי לי עץ חיים חי למחזיקים בו ותומכך מאושר דרכיך תרכינום בכל נתיבותיך שלום.
My Haftarah portion is from the book of Joshua, chapter 2, verses 8 to 13. It is about a woman who offers the spies protection in her home in exchange for saving her family from dying. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנביאים טובים, ורצה בדבריהם הנאמרים באמת. ברוך אתה, אדוני, הבוחר בתורה, ובמשה עבדו, ובישראל עמו, ובנביאי האמת והצדק. והימה תרם ישכבון, והיא עלתה עליהם על הגג, ותאמר על האנשים, ידעתי כי נתן אדוני לכם את הארץ, וכי נפלה אימתכם עלינו, וכי נמוגו כל יושבי הארץ מפניכם. כי שמענו את אשר הוביש אדוני את מי ים סוף מפניכם, בצדחים ממצרים, ואשר עשיתם לשני מלכי האמורי, אשר בעבר הירדן לסיחון ולוג, אשר החרמתם אותם, ונשמע וימס לבבינו, ולא קמה עוד רוח באיש מפניכם, כי אדוני אלוהיכם הוא אלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת. ואותה הישבעו נא לי באדוני, כי עשיתי עמכם חסד, ובתמסם גם אותם עם בית אבי חסד. ונתתם לי אות אמת, והכריתם את אבי ואת אמי, ואת אחיי ואת אחייתי, ואת כל אשר להם, והצלתם את נפשותינו ממוות. Before the spies settled down for the night, Rahab went up to them on the roof and said to them, I know that the Eternal has given you this land. Dread of you has fallen on us, and all the inhabitants of this land are scared to death of you. We heard how the Eternal dried up the waters of the Sea of Reeds for you when you were leaving Egypt, and how you dealt with Sihon and Og, the two Amorite kings of the East Jordans, whom you wiped out. Our hearts sank as soon as we heard about it. Because of you, our spirits are low. For the Eternal your God is your God in heaven and above here on earth. Now swear by the Eternal that you will treat my family as well as I have treated you, and give me a sign I can trust that you will save my father and mother, my brother and sisters, and all their families. Save us from death. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, tor kol haolamim, tzadik v'kol hadarot, ha'el haneman, ha'omer v'oseh, hamdaber umkayeh, shekol debarat, emet v'tzedek, al ha'torah, v'al ha'vodah, v'al ha'nvi'im, ועל יום השבת הזה, שנתת לנו, אדוני אלוהינו, לקדושה ולמנוחה, לכבוד ולתפארת. על הכל, אדוני אלוהינו, אנחנו מודים לך, ומברכים אותך, יתברך שמך בפי כל חי, תמיד לעולם ועד. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Simmen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, und simmen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, yelano, 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 ולכל ישראל, יelano, yelano. ולכל ישראל. Simmen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, yelano.
Shabbat Shalom. In my parasha from Numbers chapters 13 and 14, Moses sent spies to the land of Canaan to see if the land was prosperous and if the Israelites could conquer and inhabit it. When the spies came back, they reported that the land was very good, but they could not inhabit it due to its strong people and cities, and the spies even claimed to see giants. Caleb believed that the Israelites could overcome the giants, but all the other scouts denied this and said that the Israelites looked like grasshoppers next to the inhabitants of the land. When the Israelites heard the awful report, they immediately wished to go back to Egypt, even though they had fought so hard to leave Egypt previously. Suddenly, God appeared in front of Moses in the tent of meeting. God was upset because of all the miracles. After all the miracles he had performed, like taking them out of Egypt, the Israelites were still doubting his abilities and were not brave enough to fight for their land. The lesson I found most interesting in the parasha is the value of bravery. I believe that this is very important because if the Israelites did not conquer their fears and take over the land promised for them, they would have missed out on a life-changing opportunity. Also, Caleb was brave enough to speak up and say that they should still go into Israel, even though everyone else did not believe him. In modern times, we see acts of bravery every day with healthcare teams who come to their jobs regardless of the fact that they are for the most part in direct contact with sick people. The teams know that they are at risk of getting sick, but they still go to their jobs and get over their fear in order to help the sick. Along with this, it's very brave that people are going out to protest for the Black Lives Matter movement because they know that you should stand up for what you believe in, no matter what other people think. The parasha highlights that in order to do the right thing, you must be brave. I believe that my bat mitzvah process has truly changed me. Although there have been times when I've procrastinated doing my work and just really wanted a break, I always continued even though it was hard. There have definitely been many ups and downs during the past few months, and I'm proud to say that all my hard work has paid off. During this process, I learned many things like how to use my time wisely, but most importantly, I feel a much stronger connection with my Jewish lifestyle. At home, I always try hard to keep kosher and celebrate Shabbat. My family also goes to services and visits family in Israel occasionally. I am so proud to be Jewish, and I would like to continue my Jewish education. Whether online or in person, I always enjoy Saturday morning classes, and I would love to continue Sunday school. I love being a part of the Jewish community, and I cannot imagine my life without it. Now, but definitely not least, thank yous. Mom, thank you for everything. You've been helping me understand and practice with me for today so much. Whenever I don't understand something, you always do tons of research and explain the topic to me, usually better than my teachers do. I know you're always there for me through thick and thin, and I love you so much. Dad, thank you for everything. You've been there for me since day one, and I love you so much. I love all your jokes, even though they're terrible, and I love how you always want Shani and I to have so much fun. I appreciate how much you do for our family every day. You're the best dad I could ask for. Shani, even though we've had our ups and downs, you know that I love you. You have helped me so much with my bat mitzvah, and I don't know what I would do without you. Even though we fight sometimes, I know that we are always there for each other, and you're the best sister ever. To all my Israeli family, I hope to see you soon. Even though you couldn't make it today, I know that you guys are all proud of me. I'm so happy that you guys are watching me online today. I miss you so much, and I can't wait till we meet again. Miss Nancy, you have taught me so much this year. You've been so helpful in teaching me, and you always care for me to do the best possible, and I definitely wouldn't have been able to do this without you. Rabbi Citron, and Zemmer Lexi, thank you for helping me so much along my journey to become the bat mitzvah. You guys are always happy to help me and extremely supportive. Now all my school friends, thank you so much for being here today. I know you guys are probably very confused, but I'm glad you came. When we still had school, you guys made it so much better. I enjoy hanging out with you guys all the time, and I can't imagine my life without you. Now Jewish jelly donuts. Wow, this has been a crazy year, and I'm so glad I've been able to spend it with all of you guys. You make it worth waking up early and Sunday school is always so much more fun with you guys. You're so supportive and fun, and I'm so glad that I'm friends with you. Lastly, I would like to thank anyone who came here today to watch me become a bat mitzvah. Shabbat shalom.
I want to thank all of our guests from the United States, from Israel, from Europe today. We appreciate very much that you could join and celebrate with us today. Clearly, standing here with masks was not what we planned years ago, but we are happy that we are able to be here today, and we want to thank the leadership of Temple Bet Or for making this happen. Switch here. It's hard to believe, but you did it. The road here has been so rocky since the corona pandemic began. None of your fault, but you pulled it together, and today I'm a very proud father. I'm truly amazed by your strong character and personality. If there is one thing I can say about you, Shir, is that you are a very good and kind person. For example, every day when you come back from school, when we still had school, yes, you can remember those days, you check on us. How was your day at work? You ask. And when you come down from your room, you always ask, how are you doing? And I know it is not asking just for asking. You ask from the goodness of your heart. You ask because you really care. And you care very much for your sister Shanine, which is a role model for you. I know how you love her dearly, and I hope you always be friends and care for each other. And I pray you always be good sisters with one another, okay? I see how much you love your friends and how they love you back. I'm sorry they cannot be here to celebrate this moment with you, but I know they are watching on Zoom. Your family in Israel is also watching, and they love you so much, and they miss you dearly. Lastly, I want to mention how much you love our dog, Oti, who is barking for you right now at this moment. Yes. You reached a milestone in your life. According to Judaism, you are an adult now. How would you lead your life? What decisions would you make? What would be your moral compass? I don't know the answers, but I know you have strong foundations for life. You have your family, and you have your kind and lovely personality to lead you to the right path and the right choices. I cannot wait to see the woman you would become.
Shir, I'm so proud of you. Mazel tov, you did great, so great. You have worked so hard for this moment on the Bima, leading this Shabbat service as a bat mitzvah to our congregation, friends, and family from far and near. Thank you all for celebrating with us this special day via Zoom. For months, you learned your Torah portion and the Haftarah. Every night, you spent extra time to perfect your Hebrew reading and chanting, and to prepare your speech after a long day at school, homework, dance, and piano practice. You have accomplished your goal and became a bat mitzvah. This is a milestone in your life. You turn from a sweet girl into a young woman who makes her strides in the world and develops her own voice. Although we plan to celebrate this day with friends and family in person at the temple and a dance party in the evening, you are not upset when things change due to the COVID-19 pandemic and your big day is celebrated virtually. You accepted the change easily and adjusted plans, and that shows on your resilience and strong character. Nothing will stop you, not even a pandemic. You surely will have a story to tell to your grandchildren when they become Bnei Mitzvah. As you enter adulthood on your bat mitzvah, I wish for you to remain the amazing person that you are. Don't lose the wonderful gifts that you have to offer to the world. You are smart and a hard worker, and this will be a key to your success in life. You are curious, loving, caring, kind, and compassionate. You love and care for your friends and family, and we all love you back. You love your sister Shani and care for her so much. I hope that you will always be the best friends in the world and will always care for each other. You are the first to recognize that our dog, Oti, needs stairs to protect his back. You trained him on how to use them, and you are always there to catch him before he jumps from the table and the sofa, so he won't hurt his back. You welcome me with a hug and a kiss when I come home from work and before you go to sleep. And you are always so patient with me when you teach me how to use trendy apps. You are a tech-savvy mom, you say, with your good sense of humor. I'm really becoming a tech-savvy because of you. As you continue to make your wonderful way in the world, remember always how much I love you and know that I will always be there for you. אני אוהבת אותך, מאמא שלי.
Share Mazel Tov. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to congratulate you on what you've done today. To say it was masterful would be an understatement. But I noticed in the chat from this morning that your tutor, Nancy, said you mastered your performance, and you did. She's totally right. There's not much I could add beyond the beautiful words I just heard from your family, but I do want to just make 3 points, if I could, really, really quickly. First one was when the pandemic started, we put off what I'm doing right now because of necessity, and for the fact that you're here, it wasn't happening either. But I want to say, a year ago before this started, I saw your name on the schedule and I wanted to sign up to be present with you this morning, and your dad reached out to me a month ago and asked if I still would, and I'm very appreciative because it's been an honor to be here with you. The second point is we had a chance to talk through a Zoom meeting. Who doesn't use Zoom nowadays, right? I learned a lot about you recently. Of course, I learned we both took and don't like piano lessons, but that's okay. No one knows that about me, but it's true. I also learned that you're ambitious with dance and Girl Scouts, and you like The Office, and I actually like The Office too. Although people who don't like me all that much. You either think I'm more like Michael Scott or Dwight, depending on who you ask at the moment. And I also learned that you're better in English and social studies and math and science, just like I was.
Yeah.
So you could be me. You could be sitting here someday. You never know. But what I wanted to really say really fast was what I got from you, and you mentioned it yourself in your remarks, was your sense of pride in being Jewish. And one of the things I hear frequently from a lot of congregants is their desire for their children to go through a process of attending Hebrew school and going through attending services and going through the B'nai Mitzvah process of confirmation and post-confirmation and becoming a strong member of our community because they want to see that pride in being Jewish with them. And you already have it. And I'm so impressed with that. I just want to congratulate you on attaining that. So I am honored to be presenting gifts to you from Temple Beth Or. These gifts represent the Jewish values you've expressed so beautifully this morning. First, from the religious school is a book called On the Doorposts of Your House. By the way, the rabbi is getting the Clorox wipes ready to touch everything I type over safe. This book will take you through Jewish rituals that will mark meaningful moments throughout your life and represents a commitment to Jewish learning. Next is a mezuzah from the Brotherhood. And as you know, becoming a bat mitzvah comes responsibility. The mezuzah is a sign of that responsibility, and by putting this mezuzah up on your doorway, we hope that it will remind you of your commitments to our heritage and to the responsibility of Tikkun Olam, preparing our world. The Sisterhood is presenting you with a nice shiny Kiddush cup, which you'll be using for the first time this morning at the conclusion of services. And the Kiddush cup is a symbol of Jewish joy and celebration on Shabbat holidays. When you use this cup, may you always be reminded of the sweetness of this Shabbat. Lastly, it's my honor to present you later this morning with a certificate from the Board of Trustees of Temple Beth Or, signifying your accomplishments here today. And this certificate represents your entrance into the adult Jewish community and our congregation. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments today. I am beyond impressed. I've been honored to be here. Like I said, all of us at Temple Beth Or are very proud of you. Mazel tov to you and your family.
Shir, this has been so wonderful to share with you, to share in what you have taught us this morning, and to see the way that you have risen to this day. You had your own fears coming in to a regular bat mitzvah. And then when COVID hit and your class, all of you had to adjust. Each of you took your own path, like the spies who went out in the land to figure out, can I do this? Will this be possible for me? And you, in the path that you took, each step along the way, found a way to make those giants out there, the giants of obstacles, look instead like grasshoppers. You weren't the grasshopper. Instead, the obstacles became grasshoppers. And you taught us with grace how to walk through the challenges in life. One day this pandemic will lift and your class will get together for the biggest B'nai Mitzvah party ever in one place. But until then, we are all celebrating on this day, this very special day. I had for you a gift certificate toward a trip to Israel, which you are all the more familiar with, but this time with your peers in the Jewish Jelly Donuts during your high school years to embrace your heritage and to teach all of your friends about the land where you were born. I also will present today on behalf of the class a Torah made just for you with your portion in it so that you can, when you just don't have anything to do, roll it to the teeny tiny letters of your parsha and show your parents that you didn't just learn it for one day, but in fact, for a lifetime. And now Zemer Lexi and I want to offer for you the priestly benediction.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you and keep you.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May God's light shine upon you and be loving to you.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
May you always walk with the strength of God's presence, and may you find and bring peace in our world. Amen. Mazel tov. And now we turn in our service to our prayers for healing on page 253. Oh God, we celebrate in so many blessings in our lives. And yet we know that especially during these times, there are those who are facing illness, who are facing pain. And so we ask you to bring blessing to them, the blessing of your healing. We turn especially to those from our own congregation, Sue Grimm, Betty Cross, Sharon Davis, Arav Yisrael Gadal Ben Batya, Dave Griffith, Anita Lederer, Wendy Newby, Candy Paul, Rudy Pariser, Jackie Schlesinger, Laura Stein, Alan Weinberg, and Abel Zaltberg. We invite you to add names of others who you are thinking of at this time. We especially think of those facing the pain and illness of COVID-19, and also all of those who have been oppressed in our world and face oppression and are not yet free. For all of those who are named, for all of those in need of healing, we say, Baruch atah Adonai, Ropeh HaCholim. Blessed are you, O God. Be the source of healing of body and soul. Bring healing to our world. Amen. And now we continue with the Aleinu on page 282 at the bottom of the page through 287.
עלינו לשבח לאדונך הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשינו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככולם עונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Page 291. It is hard to sing of oneness when the world is not complete, when those who brought us wholeness are gone, and naught but memory can fill the emptiness their passing leaves behind. But memory can only tell us what we were in company with those we love. It cannot help us find what each of us alone must now become. Yet no one is really alone. Those who live no more echo still within our thoughts and our words, and what they did is a part of what we have become. We do best homage to our dead when we live our lives more fully, even in the shadow of our loss. For each of our lives is worth the life of the whole world, and each one is the breath of the ultimate one. In affirming the one, we affirm the worth of each one whose life now ended brought us closer to the source of life, in whose unity no one is alone, and every life finds purpose. We call to mind now the recent passing of Robert Zucker and Barbara Levy, and we mark the yard site, the anniversary of passing of Henry L. Vandell, Edith Friedberg Bernstein, Sylvia Byler, Edward Bleiweiss, Mildred Elowitz, Kay Morris Friedberg, Tina Novak Friedman, Benjamin Ginsberg, Carol Goldenthal, Rose Gray, Leona Katz, Marion Bloom Loeb, Abraham Peace Loeb, Mandel Lurie, Fanny Lyons, Emmanuel David Margolin, Brenda Lynn Messing, Joe Murnick, Bob Myers, Carolyn Owen, Roger Popkin, Harry Rodenberg, Gloria Rose, Irene Rosenblum, Mignon Salzman, Molly Sauber, Samuel Savitt, Barney Shedroff, Alice Alinick Silver, Nancy Spiegel, Alice Wolper, and Louis T. Zucker. We add to those names on the occasion of Shir Inbari becoming bat mitzvah, her relatives David Hatuel, Rachel Hatuel, and Hannah Hatuel. Zikronam livracha, may the memory of our loved ones be for blessings. Let us turn now to page 294 and recite the words of the Kaddish in loving memory. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach yiruteh ve'almich malchuteh, v'chayechon uvyomechon u'chayeh dekol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah dvorach leolam omei almaya. Yitvarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudisha brichu. Le'ela mimko birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mrumav, uyaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel and all the world, and let us say Amen. And as we prepare for our closing song, Od Yavo, I invite the Jewish Deli Donuts to go and get their Kiddush cups and their challah so that they can lead us with the Inbari family at the end of the service in Kiddush and Motzi. Od Yavo.
Od Yavo shalom aleinu, Od Yavo shalom aleinu, Od Yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo shalom aleinu, Od Yavo shalom aleinu, Od Yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kulam olam. Salam, salam, salam aleinu ve'al kulam olam. Salam, salam. Od Yavo shalom aleinu, Od Yavo shalom aleinu, Od Yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam.
Okay, Jewish jelly donuts, hold up those kiddush cups and unmute yourselves. Come on now, unmute yourselves so we can all hear you. When I say 3, offer the blessing of kiddush. 1, 2, 3. Amen. L'chaim. And now we uncover the beautiful challah. And Shir's going to offer some to everyone through the video screen. If you don't have some in front of you, again, let's count to 3, and I want to hear it, Jewish jelly donuts. 1, and a 2, and a 3.
We give thanks to God for breakfast. Voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is sung. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu
Be'avon, Shabbat Shalom. Now you can all unmute yourselves and wish each other Shabbat Shalom and a special Mazel Tov to our Bat Mitzvah.
Mazel Tov.
Great job, Shir.
Here and all in Bahrain.
Mazel Tov.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shalom, Shir. Mazel tov.
ברכות, מזל טוב, מזל טוב, ואהבה גדולה.
מזל טוב, מזל טוב, מזל טוב.
תודה רבה.
מזל טוב גם ממני, את 120, גדלו אותה בנחת ובאושר ובכיף, ממשפחת סבא, תהילה. היה מקסים, כתבתי גם בוואטסאפ, תראו אחר כך.
מקסים, באמת מקסים.
מרתק ומקסים,
מזל טוב
באמת.
גם מאיתנו, מזל טוב.
מזל טוב, מזל טוב.
משפחת איפרגן. מתגעגעים.
מחווה, מחיפה, כן, ניפגש. מקווה שניפגש בקרוב. היה מקסים, מקסימה שיר.